Right. Good day and welcome. Learning exercise 8,42. Here, determining first derivative using rules of differentiation. I've done 6 or 7 problems here just to show you. So, we'll always be given an equation, f of x, which equals minus 3x to the power 10, to find the first derivative. Using general rule, 10 times negative 3, 10 minus 1, which then becomes minus 30, x to the power 9. So second one, if I say dx or differentiate x, I have x 5 over 2. That becomes 5 over 2 times 1, 5 over 2 minus 1. So we should know 1 is 2 over 2, so 5 minus 2 then becomes 3 over 2, and that stays 5 over 2. d over x, 4x minus 2, so we're differentiating with respect to x. There, minus 2 times 4. Minus 2 minus 1, which then becomes minus 8, negative 3. So negative 2 minus 1 would become minus 3. Go to problem number 4. We have fx equals square root of x. First, always convert any third given to a rational exponent. So there fx equal x to the power half, which then becomes half times 1, which is, if we differentiate, which is half. Half minus 1, so 1 over 2 minus 2 over 2 gives me minus 1 over 2. So that becomes then half x negative 2. We go here, differentiate x, 5x cubed minus 4 over x. So if it's given in equation format, we always first have to simplify. So this is what I'm doing. 5x cubed divided by x. X cubed 3 minus 1 would become x squared, so that becomes 5x squared. Minus 4 divided by x, if I take x to the top, then becomes x minus 1. So my objective is always to get everything in one line. Get rid of the fraction signs, etc. So now when I differentiate, 2 times 5, which gives me 10, 2 minus 1, which then becomes 1. Minus 1 times negative 4, which would become positive 4. And minus 1 minus 1, that which then becomes negative 2. So that simplifies to 10x plus 4x negative 2, or 10x plus 4 over x squared. Remember, with negative exponents, we don't want it as a final answer, so I must write it as positive. So simply taking it to the bottom. So as you can see, relatively simple. Let's look at items that's a little bit more complicated. So there we have 6y equal to x plus 3, x cube root of x. So if we rewrite that, that's x plus 3, x to the power 1 over 3. Right? If I take that to the top, that becomes x to the power 1 minus 1 over 3, which then becomes 2 over 3. Remember, 1 is 3 over 3, 3 minus 1 becomes 2 over 3. And there, that simply, if I take it to the top, becomes 3x negative a third. Now if I differentiate, because they gave me y, I write dy over dx. So I differentiate y with respect to x. Right? So there, 2 over 3 times 1, 2 over 3 minus 1. Minus 1 over 3 times 3, minus 1 over 3 minus 1, which then becomes 2 over 3. Remember, 1 is same as saying 3 over 3. I always try to make the denominators the same when I add or subtract fractions. So that becomes 2 minus 3, which then becomes minus 1 over 3. 3 times negative 1 over 3. 3 over 1 times 1 over 3. The 3's cancel, so I'm left with minus 1. And minus 1 over 3 minus 3 over 3 becomes minus 1 minus 3, which then gives me minus 4 over 3. Right? So I'm not allowed to have negative exponents, my final answer. So they have 2 over 3, x negative a third, I take to the bottom of the fraction sign to make it x to the power 1 over 3. There, negative 4 over 3, I take to the bottom and it becomes x 4 over 3. Now sometimes we want you to leave your final answer in third format, so then this answer needs to be taken a step further. So there, 1 over 3 written, remember top goes inside of the third sign, bottom goes outside of the third sign. So there's my 1 and there's my 3 there. Top goes inside of the third sign, 3 goes outside, so that can be rewritten as 2 over 3 cube root x minus 1 over cube root x to the power 4. Let's look at another problem. Given y equals to x squared minus 1 over x squared, and now we're squaring it. So we're testing whether you can square a binomial. So x squared times x squared is x to the power 4. Right? Now for middle term, we multiply the two terms inside the bracket and we multiply it by 2. You should remember that from grade 10. So x squared times 1 over x squared becomes x squared over x squared. So my answer is minus 1 times 2 then becomes negative 2. So my middle term has no x variable x. Last term, then negative times negative must become positive. So we have made a slight error. Positive 1 times 1 is 1, x squared times x squared, x4. So I have x4 minus 2 plus, if I take that up, would become then negative 4. So if I differentiate, 4 times 1 becomes 4, 4 minus 1 becomes 3. Differentiating a constant will always be 0. That becomes minus 4 times the positive. So that would give me negative 4 minus 1 then becomes negative 5. So yeah, my final answer is simply 4x cubed minus 4x negative 5. And there, as I said, my final answer not allowed to have negative exponents. So I take it to the bottom and it becomes 4x to the power 5. Hope you understand. I tried to cover as much as possible. All the best. Continue practicing. Those that continue working hard always reap the benefits. Grind hard, reap the benefits. You live like other people want to dream. God bless. All the best.